Welcome to Cavern City Outdoors. My name is Jeremy Fuentes, and today we're going to talk about rod and reel maintenance. So I try to do all my maintenance at the beginning of the year, right before all the tournaments get started up in my area. We spend a lot of money on our equipment and we don't want to blame losing a fish on it. So to get started, the first thing I do is I will come over here and remove all my baits if I have any on the line. And then I will take up the line into the reel. I like to throw a little piece of tape on there. Just to keep the line from unraveling on me. Pull the reel off. Set it to the side for now. Man, you can see how dirty that is. There's just filth falling off of this thing. And I'll put my rod to the side. Now I'll continue to do this for all of my rods, and then I'll get back to you. How I generally clean my rods is I use a soft rag with soap and water. I'll start at the reel seat and then I'll move my way up to the guides. Now I pay attention to the guides because they accumulate the most debris, plus I would like to take the time to inspect them for any missing or loose parts. For those that have cork handles, I use a magic eraser with some soap and water. Just gently scrub and they'll come clean pretty easily. I let them dry for 24 hours and then I come back and seal them up with the cork seal. Well, it's been a little over 24 hours. I think the cork has dried out pretty well, so now it's the time to apply the cork sealant. For this, I use U40 Cork Seal. I'm not affiliated with the company. That's just what I've used and it seems to work all right. So the cork sealant, when applying it, you don't want it to run, you don't want too much excess or sagging, so you just want to feather it all out with a brush, make sure you get a nice even coat. You only want to apply one coat. The second coat won't penetrate and is really just a waste of sealant. This dries to the touch in 30 minutes and is ready for use in 24 hours. There are several benefits to applying cork seal. It enhances the cork feel, it toughens the cork, it reduces chipping, degradation of the cork, and it protects against dirt and oils. Okay, we're done with the rods. We got them hung up to dry. Now let's move forward to the bait casting reel. So what I normally do once a year is I will break this reel completely down and clean every component. So I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to talk about the quick clean, which I would recommend is done at least 4 times a year. I'll start by removing the spool. And I'll set it to the side, close it back up. I'll tighten down my drag. This helps keep the oil off of the discs, the drag discs. Next, I take Rem Oil and I'll cover pretty much the entire reel, all the dirt and grime inside of it. I pay extra attention to the worm gear that has a lot of grease and debris and junk. So I'll just spray it all down. The Rem Oil does a good job of breaking down the dirt and grime. All right, after I do that, I'll take a rag and just wipe it all down on the outside. Now I'll go back with some Q-tips and I'll get all the crevices, all the little pieces. As you can see, there's pretty dirty in there. A lot of dirt, grime. So on the worm gear here is I'll make sure to try to get it all exposed. I'll spray a little bit more Rem Oil in there, just a little bit. And you don't want to get the cotton into the worm gear. So I'll make sure not to turn the handle. You want to pay attention. You don't want that full of cotton. So now that I sprayed that without turning the handle, I'll just lightly dab that until I clean it off. You see, it's pretty dirty. Okay, and then I'll come back and I'll turn the handle a little bit and wipe it off. Turn the handle a little bit and wipe it off. I'll continue to do that until I get it completely clean. As you can see, that's probably one of the most dirtiest areas in the reel. After I get that done, I'll continue to clean the reel, just wiping down any dirt or debris that I can find. All right, when I'm happy with how clean it is, I will come back and I'll take some Lucas Fishing Reel Oil. I like this stuff. Again, I'm not affiliated with them. This is just what I use and it works good for me. And I will come back and pull the spool cover plate off. There's a bearing right in there. I'll put one drop on the bearing. Remember, the oil goes a long ways, so just one drop. I'll also come over and take the cast control knob off. Kind of tricky. You got to get it between the star, and in there I will drop one drop of oil onto that bearing. Okay, I'll replace the cast control knob. Now you don't want to tighten this all the way down because it'll make it difficult to get your spool back in. I'll also place a drop of oil in any of these moving parts. One drop on the handle here, drop on the other one. Work it out a little bit. Next, I'll go to the worm gear and I'll place just a little bit of grease. This is H2O Extreme Premium Reel Grease. You can use whatever grease you like. And I'll put just a little bit of grease on the worm gear. And I'm almost out of grease here. Just a little bit. And then work it in. Go to the other side. Just a little bit. work it in. All right, now I'll take the spool and I'll put a drop of oil on the spool bearing. We'll place the spool into the reel, close it back up, work everything through. Then I'll come back with a rag and just make sure everything's nice and cleaned up. There you go. Hey, thank you for watching Cavern City Outdoors. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. Hopefully you found something in this video useful. Help the channel out. Like and subscribe. Till next time, we'll see you on the water.